Hey guys! So in today's video, it's kind of like another one of these challenge book video ideas that I've been doing lately. I'm gonna try to read 4 books in 4 days. No specific genre, just 4 books in 4 days. I'm gonna try to do 1 book a day. Today is Thursday and it's already 3 o'clock and I have some errands to do, so I'm gonna try to pick a shorter book for my first book that I'm gonna read, and it's gonna be on Kindle Unlimited, and this is on my TBR for this month and I really want to read it. I have not read a cowboy romance, so I'm gonna read this and see if I actually could get into that like genre. I guess it's a genre, and that is Done and Dusted. I read it on my phone because I don't have a Kindle, but I have the Kindle Unlimited app. So yeah, I'm just gonna take you throughout today. I'll probably like read some in the car, so I'll get some clips of that. Yeah, this is the first book. It's only so it's actually 332 pages. Why was I thinking that it was only like 100 and something pages? Starting on the author's note. So let's just get into it. I just want to give a little update. I'm on chapter 10, page 110. I love it so far. This book has got me like giggling and just like so basically it's about Emmy and Luke. It's obviously country romance and it's brother's best friend. And I am so obsessed with it. I didn't know anything going into this except that it was a country romance. I didn't know it was brother's best friend. I eat that up. I'm 34% done and it's like, yeah, it's 8:50 at night, so I'm gonna be up for the next few hours finishing this book, just like continuously reading it, no breaks. Honestly, like, I want to read it. Whenever I'm eating, I usually put on YouTube or something, but I was like, I don't want to watch YouTube right now. Like, nothing looks interesting. I literally just want to read this book. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep on reading. I just want to let you guys know that I'm freaking loving it so far. So I'm on page 199 now. My mom is probably sick and tired of me because probably hearing me just like giggling and just like screaming. She probably thinks I'm insane. Oh my gosh, I literally am loving this book so much. Isn't this, yeah, it's a series. Swift and Saddled is the next one. Oh my gosh, that one's about Wes. If the third one is not about Gus and Teddy, prepare to be sick of me. I was hoping that would be the next book, but whatever. Also, I love that it's dual point of view. I didn't mention that, but it's dual point of view. Anyways, all that besides the point, that was my little update. I'll probably update you next whenever either a certain scene comes on where I need to fill you guys in, or when I'm done with it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep reading it. I'm also so obsessed with him calling her sugar, which I never thought I would be, but it literally has me blushing every time he says it. I finished it. Maybe you know some better lighting. You guys, I loved that book so much, way more than I thought I was gonna like it. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you the amount of times I was smiling or giggling or like having like a literal like reaction. It was everything to me. I'm not gonna tell you what I rated it. I'm gonna save all of my ratings for every book for the end of the video, so continue watching to see my rating. It is actually 12:38 right now, so like technically it's tomorrow, but I'm counting that as first book I finished on the first day because like whatever. Also, I just wanted to say how hard it was for me to read the last like 40-ish pages because it was 12 o'clock, and today at 12 a.m. is whenever Speak Now Taylor's version came out, and I want to listen to it so bad, so I'm literally gonna go listen to that, get a shower, and go to bed. So I will see you tomorrow to pick out my next read. Hey guys, so if you're thinking, oh, she's in her bed because she just woke up, it's the next day. No, it's actually 10:25 at night. And I obviously haven't started the book that I wanted to read today, but I had this other book in mind that I wanted to read, but today was really busy and I just did not have time to read that much. and I wasn't really home to film either. So this is the book I'll be reading. It's called Goddess of the Broken by Jamie Dalton, and this is a book that I purchased on Kindle Unlimited Stuff Your Kindle Day, where a bunch of books are just like free for you to own. This was one of the books, so it is on my TBR, and I chose it because it's only 198 pages. So that way it's still like a book that I can finish today, you know, because it's already late. I guess let's just get into it before I procrastinate some more. I got my Beats out for this time because those off-brand AirPod Maxes that I was wearing for yesterday's book, they started to hurt my ears. So I'm gonna go back to these because I know these are very comfy. Let's get into it. Back with a little update of the book. I'm on page 108, 53% done. I do not like this book. I've never felt less connected to a book than this. If I wasn't doing this video, I probably would DNF it. For this video's sake, I'm gonna read it and finish it. But I don't know, there's something about her writing that's like, stuff is thrown in there for like no reason and it's not explained. And the descriptive part of her writing, I don't know why, but I am having such a hard time picturing stuff in my head. That could be a me thing, but I don't know, her writing is just not for me, I guess. It'll be like a scene where it's like intense battle scene or whatever. It's a fight scene, not a battle scene. But I'm just like, what's going on? Like, I can't picture anything that she's describing. Like, nothing. Even the story, I'm like, what's the point? Like, I don't see a point to it. And there's these like decisions. So the main character, her name is Tempest, and she is a goddess of the broken. She's immortal because she's a god, so she's lived such a long life and she's done battles, but long ago, 100 years ago or something, she like left where the gods were and she started living with the mortals, and she's been like hiding and like changing her identity and everything. So you would think she'd be smarter than this, but she's putting herself in this position. She's like, I don't know why I did that. I need to figure out a plan. I need to learn how to escape. She keeps saying she needs to figure out a plan to escape, but like she's not doing anything to do that. So it doesn't make sense to me at all. And it's just annoying at this point. But anyways, I guess I'm gonna keep reading. I just wanna hurry up and finish it. I just don't wanna read this anymore. This is what it sounds like in my head. And they said this, and then he said this, and then they went here, and then they did this, and it looks like this, and she's wearing this, and she brought up this, and she said this. That's what it sounds like in my head. Absolutely no emotion. And I'm just like a robot reading this, like yada 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 yada. I've never had this before with a book, so it's weird. It's not a good feeling. I just finished the book. It is late. Oh my gosh. Because I ended up procrastinating a little bit and I ate some mac and cheese and stuff, so that made it even later when I was gonna finish it. But I will say that it did get better at the end, but it was still really like rushed in some things. I don't know, I just didn't really like her writing. So I mean, it was not amazing, but the ending definitely made it better. But I'm gonna go to sleep now and I will see you tomorrow for the third book. Hello, it's the next day and I mentally already chose this book for today yesterday because I wanted to read it yesterday, but I ran out of time, so I'm reading it today. And that is Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm so excited about this. I know I'm gonna love this, and it is on my TBR for this month, so I'm excited that I'm getting books knocked off my actual TBR and not just mood reading the whole month and forgetting about my TBR. So yeah, this is the book for today. It has really big font. It's kind of big, but the font is so big and I feel like it'll be really easy to read. It's only 400 pages. Hopefully I'll be able to do it because it's already like 4 o'clock, so we'll see. I just finished Once Upon a Broken Heart. that is a cliffhanger, that's for sure. I'm literally speechless right now. I do want to say that I really did enjoy this book, but betrayal and cliffhanger. Anyways, if I look different, it's because it's not actually the same day that I started this book. I started it yesterday, so I didn't read one book a day for this little challenge video. So I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna pick up my last book for this video. I think I want to read something on Kindle Unlimited so I can just be on my phone, but I want to read something short. Honestly, I wish I just had the next book to this because first of all, that's the main book that I've been looking forward to reading in this series, and second of all, the freaking cliffhanger. But I'm gonna look on Kindle Unlimited, see if I can find a short little book, take my mind off of that. Can't believe this. Okay, I did some scrolling and I'm gonna read The Housemaid. I wanted to read like a shorter book so I wouldn't be up too late reading. This one is 329 pages. But the only short books I could find was fantasy, and I don't want to read a fantasy after that when I am just introduced to that world and it's like a cliffhanger. I don't want to start another fantasy world. And all the other fantasy series that I'm reading, the books are so thick. So I figured I'd just read this. So it's the next day and I did not finish The Housemaid last night. I stopped reading it literally like 6 a.m. I was like, you know what, I have to babysit tomorrow. I have to babysit my little sister. I need at least a few hours of sleep. So I went to bed for a few hours and then when I woke up I finished it this morning. So I didn't read 4 books in 4 days, but it was pretty dang close. By the time that I went to sleep last night, I already read like 70% of the book, so it wasn't a lot that I didn't read. So this title's still gonna be 4 books in 4 days because it's close enough for me. I didn't really give any updates with The Housemaid because I was just trying to like get through it, but I really did enjoy it. I don't really read those type of books. I've been wanting to like venture out on the genres that I read, so it was definitely different, and I read it like 3 a.m. in the morning and I was kind of creeped out a few times. Now I did guess what happened because I was like, I can't say without kind of spoiling, but like I didn't believe some of it, and some of it I was shocked. Some of it I guessed. It was good overall, and I would recommend it to someone that wants a little, I don't even know what the genre is, thriller? I don't know. But I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll be reading the next book. I think it's The Housekeeper Secrets or something like that. I don't know. But I don't know if I'll read that yet. But that means it's the end of this video. And I'm going to do a little recap of all the books that I read and tell you my ratings. So first we read Done and Dusted, the cowboy boyfriend's brother romance. I loved that book so much. I cannot wait to keep reading more cowboy romances because I loved it so much. I rated it a 4.25 stars. So it wasn't like a 5-star read, but it was still really good. I definitely enjoyed it so much. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. Next I read Goddess of the Broken. Now we know how that went. It was not good at all. I don't even know how to like summarize it. Basically it's fantasy and there's different gods in this world, and the main character, I don't even remember her name. I think it's Tempest. Yeah, her name's Tempest, and she's the goddess of the blessed, which is one of the gods, and she like escaped from where the gods were. Like she ran away because it just like wasn't for her. She has these powers and she's been hiding on Earth with the mortals for like 500 years I think, and then she's drawn to this guy in the desert randomly, and he's like about to die, and she heals him, and she's like, I didn't know I could heal him, like I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, girl. And it just like never goes back to how she healed him. She never heals him again throughout the book. The author of this book just puts things in it for like no reason, and she doesn't explain it at all. But basically the guy turns out to be the emperor or something, and people are trying to kill him. She saves him. There's this thing called the, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's like dialecti something, whatever. But basically the gods pick a mortal girl and they have some of the gods' powers. It's kind of like the emperor's choosing a wife, and then whichever person that he chooses, the kingdom is like blessed by that god and their powers. But basically she's hiding from all these gods because she ran away, and she's been hiding for 500 years on Earth. So she's trying to hide from them, and then she ends up going to this whatever it's called, I don't know how to pronounce it, just so she can help the emperor who she doesn't even know. And I didn't even feel their connection. The only connection they had was like this weird bond that she couldn't go too far without her chest hurting. And I was like, what? And it didn't even explain that either. So she goes and she puts herself in danger, and she's like, I need to figure out a plan how to escape. And then she doesn't even do that. She just talks about how she shouldn't be doing this and how she needs to escape, but she doesn't. The only good thing that I liked about this book was like a few things at the end I enjoyed, but I wouldn't recommend it, if I'm being honest. I didn't enjoy it. I gave it a 2.75 stars. It just was not for me at all. Next, I read Once Upon a Broken Heart, and this is the only book that I read that I have the physical copy of, because all of the other books that I read have been on my phone for Kindle Unlimited. I enjoyed this book a lot. I cannot wait to read the rest of this series. It was so good. This writing, it doesn't remind me of Shatter Me, but the way that I sped through it and it was so easy to read and comprehend, that part of it reminds me of the Shatter Me series. And it looks kind of thick, but the font also is so big, which also reminds me of the Shatter Me series. So that was really nice. I just sped through it, and this is a book that I just lost track of time while reading. I feel like it's been a little while since I've gotten a book, and I'm like, and once I finish a chapter, I contemplate getting on my phone, going on TikTok. But with this book in my head, I'd be like, one more chapter, just one more chapter. And it was so good. I enjoyed it so much. I would say it's really easy to read, and I really enjoy the story, and I cannot wait to get the second book because of the cliffhanger on this book. And I rated it 4.25 because it was just so good. The last book that I read was The Housemaid, and in that book you follow Millie, and she is like in her mid-20s I think, and she like just got out of jail and she's looking for a job. She's living out of her car, and she doesn't think these people are gonna hire her. They're like really rich people, and they're looking for a nanny to cook, clean the house, and sometimes watch their kid. And the wife's name is Nina, and the husband's name is Andrew. She ends up getting the job, and Nina was really nice in the beginning, and then she starts to act a little crazy, just a little crazy, and then it gets a lot crazy. And there's just creepy things in the book too that's just like, and then a big like plot twist in it. In the end, it concludes, it kind of ends to go to the next book. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be reading that one, but I would say it was really good. Like I said a little bit ago, I did predict like one of the big things that was happening, but I just go into those type of books not trusting anything. So there was a few things that I was shocked. There was a few times my jaw was open. Like I read it and I was like, what? I'm hoping that that will introduce me to more books like that, so I can venture out on my genre and not just read literally fantasy, young adult fantasy, romance. I need more. I need more. But I gave it a 4 stars. It was really good, and I would recommend it if you're looking for that type of book. Suspenseful, thriller. I don't know if it's a thriller. I feel like that's the wrong word, so don't come for me, you know, but I would say it's definitely suspenseful. And the idea of those kind of books, just to get my theories and see if I'm right about it in the end. And it made me feel so good whenever I actually guessed one of the big things, but at the same time it was like, it's nice that I guessed it, but I also want to be surprised, you know? But yeah, I recommend all these books except for Goddess of the Broken. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed it. It was honestly hard to finish one book a day for 4 days straight because so many things got in the way. Basically, this video is just me reading one book every night and staying up until 5 a.m. to finish it. 5 or 6 a.m. Also, another thing about The Housemaid is I did kind of get lost track of time with that one too, because I was reading it and it was like 3 o'clock, and then I read and I was just so caught up in the story. I was like, I wonder what time it is, and it was literally like 5, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, okay, I'll just read a little bit more because I'm not that tired. And then I hear birds chirping outside my window. I'm like, what is going on? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave down in the comments what you're reading right now. I want to know what you guys are reading, if you recommend it, because I am looking. I shouldn't be looking, but I am open to recommendations. I really shouldn't be because I have so many books that I need to read. But I'm interested to see what you guys are reading, and comment future video ideas that you want to see. I am open to suggestions. I prefer it, actually. All my socials are linked in the description and my link tree. Go follow me on all those. I'm trying to be more active on all of them, and I've decided recently that I'm going to start posting book content on my TikTok. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!